Questions for Caden?
Hey, Caden. Now this is your third year here, and you've been working towards this position to be UCF starting center. I know you got in there a little bit last season. You got banged up. I know last season didn't go the way you wanted, but how does it feel now? You're coming in. Everyone's looking at you to start. I mean, are you pretty excited, for this season coming up, knowing what's at stake for you?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's exciting. Just knowing what the line's going to look like, but it's the same goal as last year and the year before that and everything. We just want to win, so we're just looking towards that one goal, not necessarily who's starting right now. So we just want to win this year.
Caden, how frustrating was it for you last year? You started out strong and then you got hurt and you kind of derailed a little bit what was going on. How frustrating was that, and how much does that maybe emphasize the idea of staying healthy, going into this year?
Yeah, well, you never know what's going to happen on the field. So, I mean, unfortunately, I got hurt last year in the Baylor game, but, it gave me a chance to work on my mental game and, develop spiritually and all that. So it just taught me to never take anything for granted as well. So, yeah, it was good.
You were Coach Hand's first signee on the offensive line here. What's the offensive line grown since you signed?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've really grown as a family more than anything. We're all a family in that unit, so I mean, it's a great unit to be in for sure. And we've grown as a family for sure. So,
in your development, what have been points of emphasis going into this camp, and what have you been working on most particularly?
Really just understanding the offense more from spring to fall. I've just developed my IQ a lot more and technique and fundamentals and stuff like that. So yeah.
And center was kind of a revolving door last year through the different factors. How much is our teammates and coaches looking at you to be kind of a point of stability in that position?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to work on my IQ, because I want to be that stability that the O-line needs. Center makes all the calls, so just to have that rock at the middle of the line, that's what I want to be for the UCF offensive line.
What goes into kind of learning to make the calls? What's the biggest jump in terms of developing that football IQ to be able to be in control of that stuff?
It's just watching film, a lot of film, and then getting reps in practice. And the games were good to play in last year, getting reps against different defenses, but just reps in practice and watching film, just understanding different looks and twists and what the defensive line's trying to do.
Do you and the offensive line kind of have a chip on your shoulder, obviously up and down here for the line last year? Do all of you kind of have that little chip on your shoulder to try and prove something to the entire country?
Yeah, well, it's not only the offensive line, it's the whole offense. We went, I don't even know what our record was last year. I would just put that behind me. So that record is our chip on our shoulder. We're going to show the whole world that we're way better than that and that we're going to win a lot more games this year.
Cade, kind of talk to us about the rest of your offensive line. How are the guys looking? I know you've got Marcellus and Adrian, I guess, flanked on either side of you. I guess it's still, Amari and Paul, I guess, at tackle. Is kind of how are the guys looking? What kind of competition is there like?
They're looking good. I said we're a family, so we're really comfortable with each other. We understand what each other's thinking and what the goals are for the play that is ahead. Like I said, we're just really comfortable with each other, so it's fun to play next to them.
You talk about knowing the offense and being a key part of that. With KJ being a quarterback now, what has stood out in your mind, the relationship with him and how he's been able to perform?
Yeah, no, KJ's a great dude. Like I said in the springtime when I was in the media, he's just a great leader. He understands everything that we're trying to do. We get together once a week, watch film with him and the running backs just to, try to understand more what the defense is trying to do and let them know what we're thinking and what they're thinking as well.
Are you in game prep mode already for the New Hampshire game?
No, we're in game prep mode for our defense right now.
Okay, because my question was based on that, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask.
All right, yeah.
What's it like going up against the defensive line?
It's really good competition. Guys like Ricky and Lee go against them every single day. They're big guys, so it gives me a chance to work on my craft and just technique and fundamentals. But they give us a good challenge and run for our money, so we do the same thing right back to them. So yeah.
I know, Kaden, I know you talked about you're just kind of focused on today and the day-to-day of camp, but I mean, how excited are you for this season? This is a moment you've been working on, 3 years here, and to be on the verge of, being a starter. I mean, how excited are you to have a really good year this year?
I'm really excited. I'm just trying to stay humble. That's all it is. It's really exciting to, have that starting role and reach and be able to play in all these games in places like Florida and whatnot. But, like you said, I'm just trying to look at it day by day and not take anything for granted.
You talked about getting a taste of it last year. What were the emotions like before your first starts as a UCF night? What was the Did you have nerves, or was it just excitement level? What were kind of the emotions you were feeling?
Well, Coach Hand always teaches us to just be ready for our moment, because anybody could go down at any point in time, like what happened in Baylor with me. I got put in Villanova game, and I was ready for it. Like, there were no nerves whatsoever. It's kind of weird because you're thinking about it, and then you're like getting all riled up, and then the second you put your hand on the ball, everything goes away. It's just a game. So that's kind of how it was for me. It was a little weird, a little surreal feeling, but I was ready for it, and I know everybody on the line will be ready for their moment too.
Couple more.
You played tackle in high school. How does that help with your communication as a center?
Not necessarily communication, just working in space. Tackle's a lot more, blocking in space kind of job. But I ended up playing center my senior year, which transitioned well into college. But yeah, just the working in space aspect of tackle.
Caden, everyone, all the special teams guys, all the offensive guys, I'm sure when they get to the EA Sports game, can talk all about it. As an offensive lineman, if you get a chance to play it, how do you view it? Because do you actually study how the offensive line performs in a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always freaking frustrated because I'm always getting sacked by our line, which makes no sense. I got the strongest rating on our offensive line, which makes no sense because there's guys like Jabari that freaking bench like 400 pounds or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I've been playing a little road to glory, so that's been pretty fun. Yeah.
Who's the toughest defensive lineman that you're going up against in practice? Who gives you the most problems?
I'd say Ricky, just because he's so shifty. But I mean, they all give us our fits, and we give them right back. So it's an everyday competition kind of thing.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Caden.
What position